New updates on two Beltline crashes, both involving teenagers, stolen cars, and running from police. A resolution to the New York, also breaking news on the resolution to the New York nurses strike.
Plus, taxpayers fight back. They feel duped after they passed a school referendum. Now they want the district to make it right.
A bit of a north wind is bringing us some cooler weather the next couple of days.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning here on a Thursday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Spreiter. Almost Friday, and the temp's cooling down a little bit for us for the rest of the work week.
Couple of days. I guess we've gotten so used to such mild temperatures.
Cooling down, right?
Cooling down.
Yeah.
It's still not even to average, and I really don't see that over the next week or so. But there is a bit of a breeze this morning. It's out of the north, so that is bringing us some cooler temperatures, and you'll notice that breeze throughout the day and even into the evening hours as the storm system passing down to our south will mainly affect Illinois, but not us so much. We are stuck in the fog again, not as thick as what we saw yesterday and the day before, but a little bit of a low-level moisture, keeping visibilities down around 5 miles an hour. Temperature's not bad this morning in the mid-30s, but that northerly wind adding a little bit of a chill. Storms tracked down to our south. Once again, this area of low pressure will mainly affect Illinois. Staying to our south, high pressure will build in from the north. That's bringing us some cooler temperatures, but eventually it'll win out and give us some sunshine. Not so much today, but as we go through tomorrow. So headed off to the bus stop this morning, temperatures around 30 with a little bit of fog, nothing too thick this afternoon, just breezy, kind of chilly, but 36, not too bad for this time of the year.
All right, Kelly, thanks a lot. Quick breaking news here. 3 days after going on strike, more than 7,000 nurses at two of New York's biggest hospitals are going back to work. They reached a tentative contract deal this morning. It will increase their pay and improve their working conditions. Nurses at Mount Sinai and Montefiore Medical Center reaching an agreement to have better patient-to-staffing ratios. That strike, which began on Monday after a failure to reach a deal through 4 months of contract negotiations. Again, the New York nurses strike is over this morning. Now to some new information about a couple of cases stemming from stolen cars that crashed on the Beltline.
One of the teenage suspects will be in court today for a hearing. He's also charged with another crime. Prosecutors allege 16-year-old Quimane Kelly fired a gun at a homeowner while trying to steal the man's car from his West Side home. It happened January 15th of last year. He's charged with attempted homicide and armed burglary.
And you might remember this video of a crash on the Beltline. Kelly was also one of 5 teens arrested after running into Marcus Point Cinema after that crash. Police say the weapon fired at that home in January is the same type of weapon found after the movie theater incident. Kelly is due back in court at 9 a.m.
Another teenage defendant connected to a different crash on the Beltline just pleaded guilty. Prosecutors say Aviation Howard was one of 16 arrested in March after this crash on the Beltline at the Yahar River Bridge during rush hour. Video of this incident shows multiple teens running in front of oncoming traffic, though no one was hit or injured. 19-year-old Aviation Howard pleaded guilty to driving or operating a vehicle without consent and 1 misdemeanor count of resisting an officer. Online records show the court sentenced Howard to 2 years of probation.
Taxpayers in Monroe say it is not over. They are fuming because of a huge increase in their property taxes from passing that school referendum.
An $88 million referendum for a new high school was much higher than advertised. The district said it would cost an extra $13 per $100,000 in home value, but instead, taxpayers owed hundreds. Armand Rahman reports.
When my taxes came in and I saw how much they had increased, I was shocked.
Tonight, Jan LaFave wanted to turn her shock into action, trying to fix the problem started by a misleading advertisement for a referendum that passed in November.
They can do something about it, yeah.
But organizer Dale Howarth says the district told him they can't.
We were a little let down. They apologized profusely, but apologize doesn't really do anything for your pocketbook.
So Howarth contacted the Wisconsin Elections Commission, which he says told him the district can repeal the increase and redo the referendum.
So we're at a kind of a pause here, wondering why there's a difference between what the Elections Commission is saying and what the school board is saying.
So options include filing a complaint with the WEC or going to the conservative legal law firm Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, or WILL, to see if they'll take a case against the district pro bono.
So we will proceed. I mean, we want to resolve this as peacefully as possible, and hopefully bring this community back together, because it is a big divide right now.
We first reported how the $13 per 100,000 in home value that was advertised was based on 2021 home values, but didn't account for the fair market value increase in 2022.
My taxes actually are $677 more just for that referendum passing.
One woman called me and she was in tears. She's retired, and she says, I might as well do myself in. I says, well, don't do that, but I says, come to the meetings, we'll talk.
That was Armand Rahman reporting. We reached out to the district for comment ahead of last night's meeting. We have yet to hear back.
Madison police are investigating 2 sexual assaults that happened just minutes apart in the Greenbush neighborhood. Police say that both assaults happened Tuesday night and could have been committed by the same suspect. The first attack happened near South Park and Aaron Streets around 7 o'clock, and just minutes later, the second incident happened near the intersection of Emerald and Orchard Streets. In both cases, the women were able to get away from the attacker. One person suffering some non-life-threatening injuries after a fire at a home in Janesville yesterday afternoon. It happened at an apartment building on Prairie Avenue. Firefighters got to the scene to find smoke coming from the second floor of the 2-unit building. Flames coming from the kitchen. That fire was contained to the upper unit, but the whole building has smoke and water damage. Officials are still investigating what caused it. Damage estimated at $55,000.
6:06 right now. A Beloit man has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for the distribution of crack cocaine, according to a news release. Marcos Payton was distributing crack cocaine in July around Beloit. An informant under police supervision bought crack from Payton twice. At the time, Payton was on supervised release for a 2014 drug distribution conviction. Payton previously pled guilty to the charge back in October. A Monroe woman accused of poisoning her husband last year and temporarily sending him into a coma is in court today. Amanda Chapin is charged with first-degree intentional homicide. According to a Lafayette County Circuit Court filing, Chapin's 70-year-old husband was taken to the hospital on August 21st after difficulty breathing. He fell into a coma with barbiturates in his system. The man's son filed a temporary restraining order alleging that Chapin poisoned his father. She's due in court for her preliminary hearing at 12:30.
The DNR checking to make sure that a fire at a waste disposal center in Whitewater isn't creating any environmental issues. Roughly 30 different agencies responded to John's disposal after the fire broke out Sunday night. During an initial assessment, the DNR said that there does not appear to be any acute environmental concerns. They'll continue to monitor it, though, with John's disposal service as the cleanup continues. The fire likely caused millions in damage.
Continuing coverage now on a story we first broke yesterday on News 3 Now this morning. Issues with the FAA's Notice to Air mission system continued overnight. The program alerts pilots to current conditions and potential safety issues on their route. The FAA says the likely cause was a damaged database file and say there's no evidence of a cyber attack. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are still demanding answers this morning, and the airlines are hoping today is a lot more like normal. This was the first time since 9/11 that the FAA grounded all U.S. flights. At Dane County Regional Airport, 2 flights were redirected there, while several others were delayed. The software crash impacting travel through the day, at least leaving one family of Madison high and dry. The group was headed to Jamaica, but ended up getting stranded here in the capital city before their trip even began. In an update this morning, though, they say they did make it to Chicago and are headed to Miami. This morning, the Dane County Regional Airport Flight Monitor says that all flights are on schedule. Stay on top of continuing coverage for this developing story. Any updates will be posted right away and pushed through our Channel 3000 mobile app. It is free wherever you get your apps.
Nationwide farmers have struck a deal with John Deere to be able to repair their own tractors. They have not been able to do this. President of the Wisconsin Farmers Union, Darren Von Ruden, says professionals are still better than someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Some farmers, though, in rural areas are several hours away from repair shops. With this change, farmers now have access to John Deere diagnostic tools, product guides, and will have repairs made sooner.
6:09 right now on a Thursday morning. Just ahead for us, it's almost the weekend in the 6:08, so we're previewing what's all happening across the area, including a very special tradition this time of year in Wisconsin.
And when the Badgers men's basketball team expects their leading scorer to return to the court.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. Earn fuel points on every purchase and save up to $1 a gallon at the pump. With Pick and Save fuel points, all you do is win big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Only a wise and lucky few understand the amazing benefits of real sauna bathing. Leisure Concepts has Finnish and infrared saunas that set up in a flash and will get you through winter happy and healthy. Now watch closely to see my favorite part of sauna bathing. Get to Leisure Concepts on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in our stores. So start your cart today. Whenever, wherever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It is almost the weekend in the 608, and there is a lot of stuff going on this weekend, Josh.
Yeah, feels like it's been a long week, so I think we really need to enjoy this weekend.
Let's do it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and with the milder weather, here's a perfect way to get outside and enjoy a pretty special tradition here in southern Wisconsin. The Wisconsin DNR is inviting the public to participate in the 36th anniversary of the Bald Eagle Watching Days. It's happening both Saturday and Sunday as a way to celebrate here in Wisconsin the species, and it's also a remarkable comeback here in Wisconsin. All Bald Eagle Watching Days events are free and open to the public, and one of the most popular spots is right here. This is Water Street in Prairie du Sac. So many people check this out. You can go to the DNR's website to learn just all of the places that you can go. And also, here's a cool note. For the first time in over 80 years, active bald eagle nests can be found in every county of Wisconsin.
Well, that's great news.
Isn't that fascinating?
Fantastic.
Such a beautiful place. All right, well, the January Candlelight Hike is scheduled for Saturday at Devil's Lake State Park. This is the third in their series of winter torch-lit hikes. Organizers say it's an easy hike and all are welcome, including your furry friends. The event is free for all to attend, but a valid admission sticker is required to park your vehicle. Remember, we're in a new year. You need that 2023 sticker. That goes from 6 to 8:30 p.m. That was kind of my reminder that I need to order my new sticker. Well, join your favorite farmers at the late winter Dane County Farmers Market at Garver Feed Mill. This market's running every Saturday through April 8th. It goes from 8 a.m. to noon. This is such a great chance for you to do your weekly grocery shopping by also supporting our local makers during this time that they can't be on the square, so go check them out. For all of your happenings of the 608, remember, we are your home. Just go to channel3000.com, click on our section. You can also go to the community calendar in partnership with our friends at Madison Magazine.
That bald eagle watch sounds really interesting. It sounds like
so
a
cool?
really nice midday activity.
It's always so popular up there on Water Street, Prairie du Sac this time of the year. I mean, people are just out there in waves, and there's a good chance that you're going to see some too.
I couldn't think of a more pristine, beautiful spot.
Yeah, the Wisconsin River, it just, it's perfect. Especially with this weather, too. It's a good time to get outside.
There you go. Make it happen, folks. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
6:15 right now. Let's get to Kelly Slifka and your first warned weather forecast. And yeah, we remain above average temperature-wise, Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really nice weekend to get out and do some of those activities because we're going to see quite a bit of sunshine on Saturday and temperatures starting to warm up after a couple of cooler days. But then we'll see a little bit more cloud cover on Sunday, but we should be in the 40s by then. So usually mild weather and really not too bad this morning. There's a bit of a north wind, you'll notice. That'll be up there throughout the day, so we're not going to be as mild as what we saw yesterday. Currently, Madison, one of the warmer spots at 34. However, Middleton right now 35. 30 in Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove right now 30. Stoughton 30 degrees as well. So we're not seeing the real thick fog that we had the last couple of mornings or the drizzle, the freezing drizzle, but there is a little bit of a haze currently across southern Wisconsin. You will notice a bit of a north wind. Right now it's at 9 miles per hour. Be picking up a little bit, 10 to maybe as high as 20 miles per hour at times throughout the morning, even into the afternoon hours and even into the evening. It looks like that wind will be a little bit of a factor, putting a little bit more of a chill in the air. Cloudy, cooler today. The sun returns tomorrow, and it looks like that sun will continue into Saturday, and we're going to continue to warm up throughout the weekend. Not only the weekend, it looks like next week as well, above average temperatures, basically the eastern 2/3 of the United States. So the unusually mild January weather will continue. I know we're just seeing that cold air just up to the north, but right now it looks like it's going to stay up there at least for the next 10 days or so. In fact, we could be topping out in the mid-40s by Martin Luther King Monday, Martin Luther King Day on Monday. Normal high now is in the mid to upper 20s, so we'll be above that. North winds up there. We should be topping out in the mid-30s this afternoon. Quite a few clouds. Later this afternoon or this evening, we could see a few snow flurries passing through. Not going to be a big deal for us, but by tomorrow, it looks like those clouds should be departing. We should get into some sunshine as we warm up to 30, 37 on Saturday, all the way into the 40s, and maybe some rain early next week.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks a lot. Here's Sports Director Zach Hanley with your morning sports.
2 games without their leading scorer and 2 losses for Wisconsin. And as far as when we'll see Tyler Wall on the court again, well, Greg Gard didn't sound confident it would be Saturday at Indiana. Good news, though, the Badger bench showed up against the Spartans, combining for 20 points and 6 rebounds. They played big-time minutes in a big-time game, and their contributions did not go unnoticed.
No moral victories for any of us, but I think the fight we showed and getting down early and coming back was a really positive sign for us. And then some of those guys coming off the bench, giving us a lift off the bench was really good to see.
They're having to learn and adjust and grow really fast, maybe a little uncomfortably fast, but they're doing it. That's the exciting part about this group with those younger guys. I see them getting better every day.
Bucks down the road taking on the Hawks. Quiet performance from Giannis, only 7 points, but Drew Holiday picked up the slack. The step back over the backboard, nothing but net shot. He was out there playing horse in Atlanta. 27 from Holiday and 20 and 12 from Brooke Lopez. None bigger than those 3. The triple gives the Bucks the lead for good. They win 114-105. The Wisconsin women earned their 2nd straight Big Ten win, knocking off Michigan State in overtime. The Badgers were led by freshman Sierra Williams, who scored a career-high 31 points and grabbed 13 rebounds. This week, the Wisconsin men's hockey team takes a break from Big Ten play when they host the U.S. under-18 team on Friday night. The best part, win or lose, the game doesn't count because it's an exhibition game. Just don't tell Tony Granato that. He's making sure his guys are locked in for this one because, number 1, it's a chance to build momentum. And number 2, He probably hasn't forgotten last year's 4-0 loss to them in last season's game.
Labeled as an exhibition. It's not going to be an exhibition game for them. They're going to come in here and they want to perform well. It's, you know, they're going to try to come in here and be a spoiler and upset our season. So we, you know, we have to respect that one. And again, if the game's on your schedule to be played, it's a game that means something.
Another day, another commitment for Luke Fickell from the transfer portal. This time, it's Quincy Burrows. Tabbed a 3-star receiver coming out of high school. Burrows didn't play in any games last year at Cincinnati, meaning he'll have 4 years of eligibility at Wisconsin. He's the 4th transfer to follow Fickell to Madison from Cincy and the 11th pickup from the portal. Back to you.
Thank you, Zach. Just about 6:20 right now. Coming up, the Girl Scouts unveiling some big news ahead of cookie season. What you need to know.
And as we take a live look outside this morning, a bit cooler out there, not by much, just a bit. Kelly's updating his first warn forecast for the weekend ahead. And our next shot at some rain in January. Wow. Stay here.
This portion of News 3 Now sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
With my low energy, I can't even blow up this celebratory balloon.
At Planet Fitness, there's hope. Now through January 12th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023 in a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized.
Low E? Not for me.
Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, January 12th.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
So I just started this new trapeze class and...
Whoa, the new iPhone is here.
I know, right? The ultimate iPhone. US Cellular paid for mine and I was already a customer.
The new iPhone is here.
Right, and you'd be smart to get it at US Cellular. They have price protection, so you know your rate won't go up.
Now, new and current customers can get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro or any iPhone on us.
Okay, I'll just wait here and watch your donuts.
At US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
We are back at 6:23. You guys, look who I got to meet yesterday.
I'm so jealous.
That is baby Zeke, of course, the new baby boy of our Leah Lynchide.
Oh.
All bundled up, sleeping.
Oh,
like a little burrito.
Yes, just the cutest little human. I mean, it's just that weird feeling. They're so tiny. It's like, is this real? Like, he just hit 7 pounds. So still so tiny. But
don't fumble.
I know, seriously. I was like so nervous. My arm fell asleep at one point. But I mean, I literally was like that for probably 30 minutes. I just like couldn't give him up. But
has it become real for Leah and Zach yet?
Yes, yeah, they're just loving it. You know, I asked Leah, I'm like, how's the mom life? And she just says it's the most fulfilling feeling that she's ever had.
Boy.
And yeah, like kind of put me into tears. It's just, yeah, they're super blessed and perfect baby, they said. Like so far, so good. Leah said she's tired, but she's used to being tired here on the morning shift. Zach, it's a little bit different. Her husband, you know, not used to those sleepless nights, but they're all healthy and doing well, and they say hi to everybody.
Oh, that is such great news. I'm loving the pictures that she's posted on social media and the little videos showing him, like, he's always just like squirming just a little bit, like,
just the
so
cutest
happy
little
for them.
human. And Bascom, their dog, of course, they're already best buds. So Bascom loves him as well. So
love that.
Yeah, she's excited to come meet everyone, and we'll talk to her at some point on the air so everyone can get a chance to meet him a little bit more too.
Can't wait, can't wait. And if you want to share your morning with us, use the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
All right, so trending this morning, it's that time of the year again. Girl Scout cookie season right around the corner.
And they got a new cookie this year. Check this out. It is the Raspberry Rally.
Interesting.
You can only get it online, though. One of the bakers for the Girl Scouts has reported a projected inventory shortage for this cookie season. So some Girl Scout troops and the timing of their local cookie sales could be affected, but all Girl Scout cookies will be available for order online starting on February 27th.
Do you guys
have a new sponsor this year, Planet Oat Milk, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
The chocolate and peanut butter ones.
That's a good
macaroon?
one.
Is it macaroon?
Macaron.
Macaron? Something like that.
I like the little peanut butter sandwich cookies.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah. Is there a bad one?
I don't think there is.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Got some winds out of the north this morning, Kelly.
Yeah, a little bit of a north wind this morning will add a little bit of a chill, but temperature's really not too bad considering this time of the year. It's just going to be a little bit cooler today with the temperatures only rising through the mid-30s. North winds will add to a chill with quite a few clouds.
Thanks, Kelly. We're back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
What can you do with sensitive skin?
Okay, what a day.
Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser does more than clean. It actually protects skin by keeping it hydrated, so you're always ready for the unexpected. Cetaphil, we do skin, you do you.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that I'm like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth. With power swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the power swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering power swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
A must in your medicine cabinet. Less sick days.
Cold coming on? Zicam's the #1 cold shortening brand.
Highly recommended.
Zifans love Zicam's unique zinc formula.
It shortens colds.
Zicam Zinc That Cold.
Right now, a new day, more problems for air travel. How yesterday's rare grounding continues to affect flights.
And 2 sexual assaults just minutes apart, where police say the incidents happened.
And a bit of a north wind bringing us some cooler temperatures, and we do have the possibility of seeing some flurries later this afternoon.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is Thursday, January 12th. I'm Josh Breiter.
I'm Chris Stanfa. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast today. Just a little bit cooler out there than what we're used to.
Yeah, I mean, we've been kind of spoiled with all the mild temperatures the last several days. Today is going to be a little bit cooler, tomorrow as well, but we're still running above average. You'll notice that wind, though, and that's going to continue all morning into the afternoon, even into the evening. Right now, just under 10 miles per hour. It could be up there around 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. And that's actually keeping the fog not as thick, but there is that low-level moisture producing a little bit of haze, but visibility is right now at 5 miles. Temperatures in the low to mid-30s, most locations this morning. That north wind putting a little bit of a chill in the air. Storm track remains to our south, but we're seeing the clouds wrapping around it. High pressure will build in, and by tomorrow, as that area of high pressure moves overhead, we should see some sunshine returning. But today we'll be stuck in the clouds and a little bit of fog this morning, headed off to the bus stop. Temperatures in the lower 30s, and it won't be as warm as yesterday. Cloudy skies headed home. 36 later today.
Thank you. Remember, you can always stay on top of the changing conditions here in Wisconsin. Just download the free First Warn weather app. You can get hour-by-hour forecasts right for your neighborhood. Just search for WISC weather in your app store.
Some quick breaking news this morning. 3 days after going on strike, more than 7,000 nurses at 2 of New York City's busiest hospitals will return to work. They have reached a tentative contract deal. It will increase their pay and improve their working conditions. Nurses at Mount Sinai and Montefiore Medical Center reached an agreement to have better patient-to-staffing ratios. The strike started after 4 months of failed contract negotiations.
New this morning at 6:31, a man now facing charges of first-degree intentional homicide and endangering safety after firing at a Monroe home. It happened around 8:30 last night. Monroe police say that a 50-year-old man shot at a home on 16th Street in Monroe. Investigators say the event was targeted. There's no threat to the community this morning. We're also told no one was hurt. The man faces an additional half-dozen tentative charges. A Janesville police officer getting treatment for a blood exposure. It comes after a woman intentionally smeared blood on them. According to authorities, 24-year-old San Juanita Perez faces multiple charges. This happened last night at Park Avenue when police responded to a call for a disturbance. An officer says they spotted Perez leaving through the backyard. They say she tried to run away, but then stopped when asked. The officer noticed some blood dripping off of her finger, and as she was being handcuffed, Perez resisted and then smeared blood on the officer's face, nose, and lips. A second officer arrived to help take Perez into custody. Right now, Madison police investigating 2 sexual assaults that happened just minutes apart in the Greenbush neighborhood. Police say that both assaults happened Tuesday night and could have been committed by the same suspect. The first attack happened near South Park and Aaron Streets around 7 p.m. The second, just minutes later, reportedly occurred near the intersection of Emerald and Orchard Streets. In both cases, the women were able to get away from the attacker. Mark Thompson, a Democratic member of the Wisconsin Elections Commission, is calling for a colleague to step down. It comes after comments from Republican Commissioner Rob Spindle and him bragging about GOP efforts to suppress votes in Milwaukee. In an email made public by Urban Milwaukee, Spindle says that we can be especially proud of the city of Milwaukee casting 37,000 less votes than cast in the 2018 election, with the major reduction happening in the overwhelmingly black and Hispanic areas. Spindle went on to say that the great and important decrease in Democratic votes was due to a well-thought-out
and multifaceted plan.
Starting this fall, students in the school district of Beloit will be able to enroll in a new AP African Americans study course. The class will cover a number of topics ranging from slavery, freedom, and the movements that followed. The district says it's the first course of its kind in Rock County. The class is in the middle of a nationwide pilot program ahead of full availability in the 2024-25 school year.
Now to a story that we covered as breaking news yesterday morning, those issues with air flights. The FAA's notice to air system began malfunctioning yesterday, and it continues overnight. The program alerts pilots to current conditions and potential safety issues on their routes. The FAA says that the likely cause was a damaged database file and says there's no evidence of a cyber attack. Still, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are demanding answers, and airlines are hoping today is a lot more like normal. This was the first time since 9/11 that the FAA grounded all flights in the U.S. At Dane County Regional Airport, 2 flights were redirected while several others were delayed. The software crash impacting travel plans throughout the day. It left one Madison family high and dry. A group headed to Jamaica. They ended up getting stranded in Madison before their trip even began. But in an update, they say they made it to Chicago and are headed to Miami. Right now, the Dane County Regional Airport Flight Monitor says all flights are running on schedule.
6:35 right now. More documents marked classified from President Biden's time as VP might have been found, or have been found rather, in at least one new location. Some Republicans are calling for a special counsel like the one investigating former President Trump's own handling of classified material. Nicole D'Antonio has the latest details from Washington.
CBS News has learned more documents marked classified were found at another location used by President Biden after his time as vice president. He did not respond to questions from reporters on Wednesday. This comes after roughly 10 documents were discovered last year at his D.C. think tank, the Penn Biden Center. The president was informed about that discovery on November 2nd, the same day they were found.
His team handled it the right way.
The White House says proper protocols were followed. The materials were recovered by the National Archives the next day, and the Justice Department was notified.
I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there.
Republicans claim it shows that former President Trump was treated unfairly.
And this is why we'll get to the bottom of it, because they treat people differently.
Trump had more than 300 classified documents stored in multiple locations, and for months had refused requests to hand over the material.
Every other president takes their documents. I'm the only one. I can't have a document.
A special counsel is investigating Trump's handling of documents, and now a Republican House committee has launched its own probe into President Biden. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
This is something that we will continue following here. The top Democrats and Republicans on the Senate Intelligence Committee called for an official damage assessment from the Director of National Intelligence, and that came before the news of these additional documents.
Minnesota ice skaters typically take to the lakes, rivers, and ice rinks, but take a look at this. The weather conditions getting so slick, they are ice skating on the streets in Roseville, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis. The National Weather Service reported that there were several jackknife trucks, spinouts, rollovers, and about a freezing rain. Coming up after the break, we'll talk about some health concerns if you're thinking about heading to Minnesota. Our resident Minnesota boy, Josh Sprider, you've actually done this before.
I've totally done this before. Yeah, it was an old pair of skates because I didn't want to ruin my actual hockey
not the
skates.
good ones, yeah.
But yeah, it's the most Minnesota thing ever, so you see it more often than you'd think.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know how anyone would drive on there. Might as well whip out the skates.
Yeah, that looks ugly.
All right, time now 6:37. We are getting into TikTok concerns this morning now that Governor Evers says that he will ban the social media app on all government devices. That could come any day now. I talked with a social media expert to learn more about the concerns for state data and if you should be worried if your kids or you have TikTok. I'm joined now by marketing professor at Madison College, Steve Knoll, who is talking about TikTok this morning. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. So when it comes to government phones what is the major concern with apps like TikTok? And why is TikTok being targeted specifically with all these bans?
Right. Well, the big difference with TikTok is that its origins is a Chinese-based company versus apps like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter that are American-based companies. And there is some unknown information about how TikTok actually works on a phone. You know, all social media apps are looking for consumer behavior so they can target you with appropriate advertising. The question with TikTok is that a lot of people who have looked into like the programming of the app have said there's some stuff in there that seems to be that TikTok is not just looking at, you know, how you shop, but it might be looking at things like other apps, other usage, what's called keystroke tracking. So if you put in a password, it's actually following your typing in of a password. Where this data is going and what it's being used for, that's the question.
Okay, interesting. So for folks at home, if their kids have TikTok on their phone or they have TikTok on their phone, is there anything they can do or anything they should be worried about?
Well, the big difference with what's going on with this government ban is they're talking about TikTok on, you know, government-issued phones versus personal-issued phones. That's the big question here, and that's kind of two separate things. For people using it personally, I think they should be aware of all social media apps. You know, apps are designed by business model to basically get as much information from you. It's called a data scraper. They are collecting this information so they can monetize advertising on the apps. As a result, anything on your phone is kind of fair game. So that's a thing that can be of concern to everybody, no matter what the app is.
All right. Steve Knoll, we appreciate your expertise this morning.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is 6:40 right now. Live look outside of the Capitol. Kind of foggy out there, but still not quite as bad as what we were yesterday with all that freezing drizzle out there. But Kelly is tracking cooler temps to end the work week before a weekend warm-up. His forecast is right after the break.
And we're following a big chemical fire in Illinois. And if everyone made it out okay, that's next.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on recliners, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Slumberland Furniture.
If you think about it, hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Get your favorite McDonald's breakfast today, like a sausage McMuffin and hash browns or a sausage biscuit with hash browns. Each pairing just $2.50.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sonobello changed my life.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-803-2714 or go to sonobello.com.
Now get an Escape, Edge, or Explorer SUV with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of merchandise must go. Lowest prices around on mattresses, rugs, bar stools, sectionals, accent chairs, and more at Slumberland Furniture.
News 3 Now is always on.
Get the Channel 3000 app, activate the push alerts, and we will send you breaking news, traffic, and weather alerts as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help you plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
We're back now at 6:43. A chemical plant is still smoldering this morning after firefighters responded to an extra alarm fire in LaSalle, Illinois. The fire started around 9 Wednesday morning at Karis LLC. That's about 80 miles southwest of Chicago. There was heavy fire at the plant when the first crews arrived on the scene. Additional crews had to be brought in from the surrounding suburbs. The plant was evacuated and all employees were accounted for. We're told no one was injured in that fire, but it has caused significant damage to the plant. The cause of that fire is still unknown this morning.
Maybe harder skiing in Wisconsin with all these warm temperatures, but traveling to Minnesota could have some serious impacts on your health. Listen to this. A majority of southern Minnesota right now is under an air quality alert. It's because of stagnant air and melting snow. It's trapping pollutants near the ground. Those most likely affected include the young, old, pregnant women, people with heart disease, high blood pressure or diabetes, and those with asthma. Matt Tarleton with the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency says there are warning signs to watch out for.
Shortness of breath, kind of lightheaded, tickle in their throat, burning of their eyes. That's your body telling you that it's working extra hard to get oxygen in, and you should listen and kind of take it slow.
The Pollution Control Agency told us that usually only a couple of times a year they deal with something like this, or once every other year, I should say, they deal with something like this, and this year it's happened 2 days in a row, so it's unusual.
All right, 6:45 right now. Kelly Slifka's here right now, and this is really because the weather has just remained the same, right?
Yeah, a very stagnant weather pattern. Obviously, we've been very unusually quiet in January. I know we had all the snow and cold in December. That has not been the case so far in January, and because of the stagnant atmosphere, we're getting that fog. It isn't too thick this morning. Thankfully, not as thick as we saw the last couple of mornings, but a little bit of light haze. And the reason it's not as thick, we do have a bit of a north wind. You'll notice that's going to add a little bit of a chill right now, that north wind at 10 miles per hour. So that's going to bring us some cooler temperatures today. But we will see that northerly wind up there at 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. And that will actually continue into the evening hours. So a little bit of a chill with that wind, and not quite as warm as what we hit yesterday when we got up to 46. Right now we're in the 30s area wide. 34 in Madison, 31 in Wanakita, Sun Prairie, Rockdale currently at 31 as well. So the temperatures this morning not going to rise a whole lot going into the afternoon hours. So it will be a cooler day, but the sun does return tomorrow, and we're going to see a nice warm-up headed into the upcoming weekend. A little bit of a dip in the jet stream. That's fueling a storm down to our south and a little bit cooler weather for us, but it's going to lift to the north. A southerly wind returns for the weekend, and that's going to warm us up, and it looks like that warmer than average temperatures will continue, but quite a few clouds around today, and can't rule out a few flurries moving in as we go into the late afternoon into the evening. Temperatures around 30 tomorrow. That's the coldest of the next 10 as we'll warm into the 40s by the end of the weekend into next week.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks a lot. Hey, folks, it's almost the weekend, and there is a lot going on in the 608.
Yeah, whether you want to be indoors, outdoors, we've got you covered here this morning. So you can get ready to start planning your dream wedding at WedPlan Madison's largest wedding show of the year. This is happening at the Alliant Energy Center both Saturday and Sunday. You can find your perfect wedding team and get inspired with nearly 200 vendor booths on site. You'll be able to see the latest trends and styles in fashion and decor. There will also be food, dessert, and cocktail tastings. We'll be talking to them in the 608 tomorrow morning for more on a sneak peek at what you can expect this weekend. So stay tuned to News 3 Now this morning on Friday. Learn how to play hockey with the Madison Capitals this weekend. This is happening Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Tenny Park Ice Rink. Madison Parks is partnering with the Madison Capitals Hockey for free class for all ages. Hockey sticks and pucks are provided. You will need to bring your own skates or rent them from the warming shelter, which will be staffed and open at 10 a.m. Advanced registration for the class is required. You have a chance to enjoy a winter nature hike. This is happening Sunday at 1 p.m. to 2:30 in the afternoon at UW-Madison Arboretum. It's a chance to learn more about the land, the plants, and the phenology and ecology there. This is geared for adults. It is free. No registration is required. You're just asked to meet at the visitor center. For all of your happenings in the 608, remember, we are your home for right here in Wisconsin. Just join us on the channel3000.com/in-the-608 section. You can also check out the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Mad Magazine.
Yeah, a lot going on this weekend. Holy cow.
And the weather, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and mild.
It doesn't feel like January, right?
It really
so
doesn't.
if you are really hoping to enjoy winter, obviously that hike, and then even if you're going to try to play hockey, hopefully the ice is okay. I haven't even been out there to see what it's like out there, but
yeah, I see
it's weird.
I see all the ice fishers out there on the lake, and every time I pass them, I'm like, oh, like it makes me, gives me anxiety.
Couple of days, I'm like, boy, I go to the gym in just shorts. I'm like that guy. I'm like, it hasn't been bad. Yeah.
Classic. All right, hey, if you have an idea for Josh to feature in the 608, he would love to hear from you, wouldn't you, Josh?
I always do.
Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Coming up in the morning sprint, a win for farmers who can now do something they've never been able to do before.
But first, it is January 12th, and we want to say happy birthday to Ross. Look at that little cutie and all the other kids turning 3 today. Happy birthday. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Ashley's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late to our warehouse and must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% while it lasts. Plus, get 60-month special financing store-wide, only at Ashley.
We protect your house.
We're gonna do it!
And your car.
We need to keep our energy up. I want you to take me to Funky Town!
Because we know they're the launching pad to their dreams. And now you can save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s was a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s hit. And I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's $14 million sell-off is happening now. Millions of dollars worth of product arrived late and must be sold. Whirlpool microwaves now just $199. Amana washer and dryer pairs now just $9.99. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Watch News 3 now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with the latest on breaking news. Within the last 2 hours, the New York City nurses strike has officially ended this morning after a tentative agreement reached between the hospitals and union. The strike was entering its 4th day. This deal is to address the critical staff to patient ratios.
Taxpayers in Monroe are taking action. They met last night to figure out how to fight the school district over the November referendum. They claim they were misled over how much they'd pay in taxes. Last night's meeting was to determine a course of action, which includes suing the school district.
This morning, Madison police investigating 2 sexual assaults that happened just minutes apart in the Greenbush neighborhood. Police say that both assaults happened Tuesday night and could have been committed by the same suspect. The first attack happened near South Park and Aaron Streets around 7 p.m. In both cases, the women were able to get away from the attacker.
A Janesville police officer getting treatment for a blood exposure. Authorities say a woman intentionally smeared blood on the officer. 24-year-old San Juanita Perez faces multiple charges. She was being handcuffed, police say, and resisted, then smeared blood on the officer's face, nose, and lips. A second officer arrived to help take Perez into custody.
Nationwide, farmers have struck a deal with John Deere to be able to repair their own tractors. The president of the Wisconsin Farmers Union says professionals are still better than someone who doesn't know what they are doing. With this change, farmers have access to John Deere diagnostic tools, product guides, and will have repairs made sooner.
Lunch debt is back after a federal pandemic meal program ended. Participation in school meal programs has dropped by 23%. La Crosse Schools says that their lunch debt has already reached $17,000. Schools do not deny or withhold meals due to a lack of funds. There are applications for subsidized meals, but experts say it's not enough.
Well, someone got lucky in Luck, Wisconsin. The man who won a $15 million Megabucks lottery jackpot last week claimed his prize. In a news release, Wisconsin lottery officials say he drove to Madison on Monday to claim his prize at the lottery's office. The ticket was sold in the small town of Luck, Wisconsin in Polk County.
A kindergartner being honored by the Lake Delton Fire Department after saving her family. The fire department went to Lake Delton Elementary last fall to, help students with fire safety and develop an escape plan. And you know what? October happened, and the kindergartner implemented that plan during a fire. Everyone made it out safe.
First Lady Jill Biden is cancer-free this morning after having a lesion removed from above her right eye. Doctors say that they also removed an additional area of concern from the left side of her chest. The First Lady is experiencing some swelling on her face and bruising, but doctors say she is in good spirits and doing well. This morning, the price of eggs continues to get worse amid the latest blow to a chicken farm in California due to the severe weather that has been battering the West Coast. A farm in Campo has lost thousands of chickens. Damage done to the farm is nearing $40,000 in lost chickens alone. Egg prices are still nearly double what they were a year ago.
All right, we are waking up to a little bit of fog and some clouds this morning. No precipitation around here, thankfully, compared to what we had to deal with yesterday. There are some flurries that may move in later this afternoon through this evening. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler. We have a stiff north wind up there at 10 to 20. Right now, we're in the 30s. And I don't think we're going to rise a whole lot going into the afternoon, maybe hitting the mid-30s. North winds up there at about 10 to 20. We'll add a chill to the air. 7-day forecast, some sun returns tomorrow, and that'll continue into a Saturday as well. Looks like even milder weather on Sunday, and maybe a rainmaker early next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. And thank you all for joining us. Make it a great day. We're back with an update at 7:26.